Whatever this was, it chased her through the forest. June of 1997, late one afternoon, Stevie, who was 18 years old, her boyfriend Mike, and their neighbors Destiny and Rick set out on an overnight camping trip. This was near Mount St. Helens. The campsite was completely isolated with a single dirt road leading in and out. As the guys set up the camp, Stevie and Destiny walked over to this small stream to search for stones. They did this for jewelry making. Destiny, raised in the woods, she's unshaken by the wild, decided to hike upstream alone. Stevie, wearing the wrong shoes for the wet terrain, stayed behind. Moments after Destiny disappeared up this creek, an eerie silence fell over the forest. The air grew heavy, charged with an unsettling tension. Then, from the dense tree line just 10 feet ahead, Stevie heard this low, guttural, almost a gurgling sound. It sent a wave of anxiety through her, an instinctive warning. Without waiting to understand why, she hurried back to camp. Time passed, the sun was going down, and unease settled over the group. Then, through the firelight of the campfire, Stevie looked up and saw her friend running full speed through the meadow toward them. Destiny's face was pale with terror, her legs were covered in blood, and her clothes were soaked and streaked with dirt. For several minutes, she could barely speak. Then, finally, she told them what had happened. While kneeling in the creek, she noticed that the water suddenly was clouding with dirt in the pool that was in front of her, as if something had stepped into the water upstream. Then, from the brush, there was movement. A dark, hunched figure slowly unfolding, standing taller and taller. It was massive, hair-covered and humanoid, and it was now staring at her. Without hesitation, she turned and tore down the creek. She could hear it behind her in her peripheral vision, keeping pace with her in the brush. Every time she glanced back, it was just out of her clear sight, moving swiftly through the trees. She had never felt such fear, as though she were being hunted. As the group listened, the forest fell deathly silent. No birds, no insects, nothing, not a sound. A suffocating presence settled over them, the unmistakable feeling of being watched. And without further discussion, they packed up as quickly as possible. The entire time, that dreadful, unseen presence loomed beyond the tree line. They drove away in silence. The weight of what had just happened was pressing down on them. In the years that followed, they lost touch. But Stevie never forgot that night. Even now, living in the same area in Washington State, she still finds herself glancing into the deep woods, wondering if someone or something is watching from the shadows.